ready? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Next Gen Show. For those who do not know, I am Rosey. I'm here with my esteemed colleagues, Frankie, a.k.a. Frank the Bank, a.k.a. Wells Fargo, and Jack, a.k.a. Jello, a.k.a. Cash Money. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this fine evening?
Fantastic. How are we doing?
We are doing great. Excited to start this podcast off.
Absolutely. If you have no idea who any of us are, that's completely fine. We're basically three college poker players. We're seniors at SMU in Dallas, Texas. We have a poker vlog. We post videos of ourselves playing poker, doing all those types of things. We wanted to start a podcast to kind of give you guys a behind-the-scenes, unfiltered, uncut look at what our lives are like, and that's kind of the reason we're starting this. It's our inaugural first one, and I'm pretty fired up, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's get into it. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's finally here. So we got some fun topics. Rosey, let's get us started immediately where we kind of left off last week or 2 weeks ago now.
Yes. And as far as just a general roadmap for the show, we plan on having special guest interviews in later episodes. This first one is just going to be the three of us boys just chopping it up, shooting words at each other and kind of just catching up. So the first topic of conversation is our little vacation we went on. If you guys don't know, we're seniors in college. We just had our fall break, and we didn't make this tradition, but it is tradition for all the seniors to go to Las Vegas over
Beautiful
fall break.
Tradition.
Get 2 days off. Whoever made that tradition is an absolute genius. Boys, do you want to start us off with how you think the trip went?
We just spent the last five full days in Vegas. 5 days is kind of a lot, I'm not going to lie, but Vegas is the greatest city on earth. I was ready to get out of there by the end of it, but it was fantastic. Frankie,
5 days might be the threshold. You guys can let us know kind of what the perfect Vegas timing is like. But Jack, we've been there 2 times now. We've done 5 days each. And both times on the 5th day, we feel like just different. Like not that we feel ill, but just we feel like something is wrong and we need to get home. And definitely had that feeling starting off the trip. We went to, I think, 3 to 4 night clubs total in the entire trip.
Day clubs. And I got to give Frankie and Jack some credit. My threshold is like 2 days. So the fact that they could do 5 days before feeling crazy. I mean, my dad always said 2 nights in Vegas tops and get out of there.
You just need more brain fuel, Rosey. That's what you need.
I need something. I don't know. It's just a 5-day bender. So yeah, basically how it was set up is we strategically planned out our nightclub and day club experiences. So in Vegas, there's pool parties during the day, clubs during the night. And so I can actually maybe even pull it up. I made a spreadsheet for us, for all of our SIG-EPs in our fraternity, and I lined up all of the day club events on Friday during the day, Saturday during the day, Sunday during the day, all the nightclub events, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, table prices, price per person, how many
Where
people,
the chicks will be in a column, you know.
Yes, how many girls at each place, what the artist was, and we scientifically made the plus EV club play for each night.
Poker in real life for partying?
And honestly, it's pretty hard to do clubbing plus EV. I would say it was pretty minus EV as far as our wallets are concerned, gentlemen.
Should we give them the totals of the clubbing expenses alone?
Oh, God, no.
Let's just say we're pushing the 4 digits on the amount of just entry into the club. That is per person. Of Vegas dollars, they hit different, and they cost more to do the normal stuff of like walking into a party. That costs money in Vegas, about $100 for GA tickets and almost all the clubs. But what we decided to do was pool all the money we had. All our fraternity boys were here, 20 plus of us, pool our money together to get that esteemed table. And Rosey, I know you had a lot to deal with being one of the people to deal with the credit card situation on there and getting all the payments from the boys.
And that is actually a perfect segue into the story I wanted to tell of our Vegas trip. And this was for Sunday day.
The best day.
The best day. I'm glad that we can say it was the best day because it sure as hell did not start off as the best day. Sunday day, our plan was to go to the Encore Beach Club at the Wynn. Just a phenomenal, absurd party, like just scene, just cabanas, the whole thing, pools, girls in bikinis, the classic stuff.
Real quick, the Wynn does it the best, right, guys? I mean, they really go all out. Their poker room is all out. Their entire building, the red, just everywhere. It's so clean.
We got to do. Have you guys ever seen those like tier lists that people do where they like rank stuff in like S tier, A tier? I think we should do that at some point with every aspect of Vegas, whether it be the poker rooms, the party scenes, and just
I love that. That'd be funny.
The Wynn's also pretty degen too. I remember at the pool party they had blackjack tables and roulette tables running in the back.
Oh yeah.
One of our buddies comes up to us coming back from there, pretty drunk. He goes, "Oh, I just lost $350, just playing blackjack casually in the back of the pool party."
As if it wasn't expensive enough already. They have blackjack running at these day clubs. So yeah. So what happened was I was in charge of booking the day club cabana, rounded up all the Venmos. Surprised my Venmo didn't get frozen or something by all the transactions. I bought the table, and I actually was able to pull the next gen poker card, guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys watching. Shout out to you, Frankie and Jack, for growing this thing with us, So basically, I sent the guy our numbers, and he said that we could get a creator discount, that we could have $500 off the table minimum of any table we wanted, so we could size up and get something better than we could normally get. We cop a cabana, lower cabana. It's got a TV. It's got misters. It's got couches, the whole thing, beautiful. And I text the boys pictures of it, and we all are riled up to get down there. Gentlemen, I mean, how do you think the cabana looked?
It was beautiful. I already sent the video. We pulled that video up. It's just like literally the most perfect looking cabana with just like bottles service right by the pool. We were so excited for this. I shared it to my mom. I was ecstatic. And then we get there, and what happens?
We get there. We get through security. Everyone is all riled up because it was 12 guys sharing this cabana. We all pregame before we show up, decently drunk already, and I go put on my captain's hat, go find the VIP guy, and he says, "Come find me on the other side of security." I was like, "Okay." We get through security, and he's like, "We don't have any cabanas left." And I said, "Why would we bought a cabana? I mean, what are you talking about?" He's like, "We don't have any left." I'm like, "But you sold me one." And he goes, "I sold you one, but you didn't put the deposit down." I go, BS. "You never gave me a deposit to put down." He goes, "Yes." This is all, by the way, happening in the middle, right where everyone's walking in. All of our girlfriends are walking in.
All the boys are in a circle around this.
All the boys are in a circle.
We're surrounding this dude.
Yeah, and I'm just talking to
him. Yeah, not
and
excited.
The whole time Rosie's dealing with this guy, I'm thinking about all the girls I told I had a cabana for this pool party, and they're walking past me as the guy's like, what's this guy doing here? So we're all kind of panicking.
We're all panicking, and I'm sitting there. I've collected over $2,000 worth of Venmos from all of my friends and promised them this cabana experience, the next-gen discount, all this and all that, and we literally are being told there's nothing. Basically, it all came down to the fact that he says I was supposed to put a deposit down, and I say he never sent me a deposit to put down. So he says,
Rosie basically goes, "Do you know who the hell I am?" And the guy immediately hooks it up.
Can I tell you what it was? Our friend goes, while Rosie's arguing, he's like, "Do you know who this is? This is Next Gen." And the guy just kind of had like a second where he's like, "Oh, I should know. I should know. Well, oh my gosh, what have I done?" So in that moment, Rosie, what does he do for us?
So basically, if maybe our friends were saying that, I wasn't saying those.
No, it really wasn't. It was our friend. It was our friend typing us up. It definitely was our boy typing us up.
And me and the guy pulled out our phones and we're comparing our emails. He's like, "I sent you the email." I'm like, "You didn't send me the." And I'm like a decent amount of shots deep trying to navigate my email at this point with all these girls walking in and the boys it was just not what I wanted to be doing. Bottom line, he never sent me an email to put a deposit down. And so once he realized that, once he heard the people chirping, "This is Next Gen Poker, blah, blah, blah."
10 minutes go by-ish.
Let me go talk to my boss. He goes out, leaves the scene. We're still standing there, literally just twiddling our thumbs in the middle of the entrance. And he comes back and he says, "We don't have any cabanas, but follow me. I can show you somewhere else."
And where the hell does he take us?
He takes us directly to the front center stage, opens the VIP rope, lets us on this elevated platform where he plants us at a table probably worth $6,000 or so, at least triple what we paid. and says, I'm sorry, you guys can have this one for the same price. Your server will be right with you.
Right in front of the stage, right where Diplo was actually going to be performing the entire day. The first table they put us, we looked it up, over $7,000, and then they moved us slightly back a tiny bit, one table back. We're still at the very front. You need if they have to take away the rope to get people in so our friends could come say hi. The best table by far, like
easily the best table in the house, and it gets better. And this is why stuff happens, like obviously it was an unfortunate situation, but Encore did an absolutely phenomenal job of rectifying it. And that comes with this little cherry on the cake. Do one of you guys want to deliver what happened next shortly after?
So basically, there's this giant banner above where Diplo performs. It's massive. You can see it from any angle. This pool party is huge. Like, imagine the biggest pool you've ever seen, times it by 3. Everyone's everywhere. Girls in bikinis, like Rosey said. There's this massive banner right above Diplo, and all it says up there is Encore Beach Club. And all of a sudden, we look up there, and it doesn't say Encore Beach Club anymore. Frankie, do you remember what it said?
It says Encore Beach Club welcomes Next Gen Poker to the party. So the sign that never changed the entire night, and our table, which is everything kind of looks in towards it. The middle, that's where the big sign is. It says Encore welcomes Next Gen Poker. I mean, weekend, day, potentially year made by this. Like, the boys are ecstatic. They had that up for like 2 to 5 minutes, and there was nothing else up the entire pool party besides Next Gen Poker and Encore Beach Club. That's it. Those two.
We're getting Snapchats from our friends in all corners of the club, because you got to remember, guys, this was not just SMU's fall break. It was the fall break of a ton of colleges and universities. Frankie, Jack, and I had friends from all over the country that were in Vegas, and they were in cabanas all over the beach club. So I'm getting Snapchats from all different angles saying, oh my goodness, your name is on the screen. Like, just insane.
They're like, how much did you pay for that?
Yep. A lot of that. We got that question a lot. We didn't pay anything. Shout out to Jared from Encore Beach Club. But yeah, that's kind of kickstarted that day and kind of flipped
the next couple hours are a little hazy for sure.
Yeah. The good thing, well, actually, we didn't really make use of it, but how it works with day clubs is you can use the table minimum to put towards food. You don't just have to buy alcohol. So we did get one pepperoni pizza, but
mostly
mostly drinks.
Yeah,
mostly drinks, and it was an absolute blast.
There was one other highlight I wanted to bring up about Vegas, which was probably like the coolest thing that's ever happened to me ever. Like, by no means do I consider myself like famous. Maybe we're well known, but like I felt famous in this moment, and it was like the coolest thing ever. Like, so we're at the club on the last night. I think it was Sunday night. The last night we had a table. We're all partying there, having a good time with all our friends. And this kid who we've never seen before, him and his girlfriend walk up to us with like the most shocked face. And he looks at us. He's wearing a flannel, and he just lifts up his flannel. I think he's about to flash us or something. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And underneath his flannel is a Next Gen hoodie. He didn't even know we were going to be there. He was rocking a Next Gen hoodie. It was like the most exciting thing ever. Yeah, it was just
at the win again. So we came back to the win, the nightclub for round 2, and there he is. He's just Pedro. That was his name. He hooked it up with the sweatshirt. I think his girlfriend got it for him. So shout out to his girlfriend, and he put that on under the club just in case that we were there. So that was very, very cool.
Yeah, photos of that are on the Instagram. Go check it out. I said it was surreal. I think that's a great word to describe it. Like, just
hanging out with like my SMU girlfriends. It's a low key flex when one person you've never seen before runs up to the club wearing your merchandise, and that helps the morale for all the boys. Now we should talk about it. That was the last party night, but we did play some poker, right? We went to the Golden Nugget on Monday. Jack, you talked to management there, and you got us the whole recording like legally, right?
Yeah, it was tough because we went for Rosie's birthday and we started recording and we didn't say a word because, I mean, that's kind of how you record in Vegas at poker rooms. You just kind of go in and you record. You don't say a word until they tell you to stop recording. And so basically Golden Nugget, they caught us. They were like, hey, you can't record here. I kept on recording. they're like, hey, you really can't record here. So then I talked to the manager. I was like, listen, how do we record? I showed him our channel. And then he's like, message this guy next time. So I kept his contact information, messaged him. They were great. Got us on media passes. They were super helpful. Fantastic place and the best action in Vegas.
And real quick, for people that don't know, we record with these little pocket jacks, these phone stands we put on the rail of the table, so our phones aren't actually on the table. So that kind of avoids some of like the reasons that casinos don't want us to record, is having the phone on the physical table. So yeah, they gave us media passes. They were super welcoming, and we love their 1-2 uncapped game. That's kind of our favorite, right?
Yes, and I was thinking because, we are Next Gen Poker at heart, I was thinking to get our poker fans and us our fix. Maybe we go over a couple of the hand histories as a little sneak peek. What do you guys think?
Yeah, totally. I could start us off, actually. I've got one on top
Frankie,
of my mind.
I don't want to cut you off, but my hand history was the first hand that we were dealt at Golden Nugget.
I remember this hand. Okay, yeah, go over it. I remember this.
I should start us off.
This is good. This is good.
I literally sit down at the table after all of our names get called. And, it's a little bit of a production for us when we sit down, because we have to sit down, take our backpack off, take out the pocket jack, take out the phone, the portable charger, get all set up. And normally we're being dealt in as this happens. Normally it's not an issue. You get some garbage, fold it away as you get set up. Not this time. My first hand dealt, not the first hand played, 2 black aces. Swear to God.
I hate playing the first hand. I hate it. I hate the first hand.
So now it becomes, not only I'm trying to play these aces correctly, I am panic. I wish we can pull the casino footage. I am panicking, going through my backpack, grabbing my footage, because I can't. This is obviously gold. I can't not record this. The first hand dealt, pocket aces. So I actually, and you'll see it on the vlog when it comes out, I got it up right after the pre-flop action completed. So I'll pick up from there. I was middle position, made it 10. Button called, big blind called. 3 ways to a flop, which came 8, 9, 10 rainbow.
Not the best board.
Not the best board. Very connected. It is rainbow, so no flush draws. Big blind checks. And again, so this is another thing that comes into play. I know nothing about any of these players. I don't know any table dynamic at all. It's Golden Nugget 1-2 uncapped. The guy on the button has 2 racks in front of me. The person on the big blind, I don't really know how much, but I do go for the C bet here. I make it $20 into 30 roughly. Sure. The button raises me to 50. The big blind re-raises to 200. Leaving themselves. Oh, Jack's making the motion. Jack is making the motion. The person in the big blind has about $50 behind.
What was the board again?
Board's 8, 9, 10 rainbow. We got our aces. What do you guys think? Obviously you know what happened, but just what do you think there?
Against a straightforward player, I think that they're never going to be 3-betting the flop that doesn't have 1 pair beat, unless they are doing this with a single jack holding, so open-ended straight draw. I think that this board in particular is one that everyone kind of thinks of not wanting when they have aces. Maybe 5, 6, 7 is worse, but that's obviously not one of the good ones. And the button is going to have a lot of middle connecting cards, so definitely don't love the flop, and I hate the raises. So
you guys are preaching to the choir. The choir being me right now, not me in the moment. Me in the moment.
First hand.
This is something we're all working on here at Next Gen Poker. We want to make good content. I have my camera. I can see you guys I know both of you have been there before. You can see the thumbnail. You can see the title being written in before your eyes of all in on my first hand dealt.
Pocket aces. Question mark?
Just imagine that. So I'm sitting there and I just am all right, I bet I'm not dead. I bet one of them has the jack, maybe jack 10 for a pair in the open-ended straight draw, maybe 2 pair, which I can get counterfeit, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to just call and let the button in there for a cheap price. So I'll just go all in. Don't worry. I know it's bad. I know it's wrong. I'm just telling you what happened. I ship it for 300.
Ship it,
button
kid.
Does fold. The button folds, and like I said, the big blind didn't have much behind, so they call. Off to a run out, which is dud, meaning If she had the open-ended straight draw, it didn't get there. So I'm okay. I announce one pair, and we all know where this goes. She slaps down the stone cold nuts. Flop was 8, 9, 10. She has Queen Jack. And we go broke on hand number 1 at Golden Nugget uncapped.
Surprised she played the nuts like so fast there.
Was there a flush draw out there?
No, it was completely rainbow. 8, 9, 10 rainbow.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, what are you raising on that board? 50. Like people.
It's like, would you want to raise with the nuts there? Like,
it's just hard to 3-bet with the single jack, single like bluff, holding. So maybe
I just figured like if she's got the nuts there on a rainbow board, like why does she want to scare everyone away? Like if I'm betting the button's raising, like let us keep pumping money in there. But
yeah, let's not try to put our own thinking into other people's mind. Just we gotta think that a re-raise means strength, but obviously there might have ace 10 there,
Yeah,
and you're good. But
even though I double block that and I'm a fish, but that's my story. Frankie, enlighten us.
Rosey, you know what? That was a tough hand, and that happens, and that's why I don't like playing the first hand because you don't have any information. Jack, I know you gave me a face, but that's kind of what I was thinking. You have no information about the table, and that's why the first hand always is tricky. And I found myself getting stacked on the first hand a lot. Rosey,
if you get dealt aces first hand, just go all in and make it look really weird, like you're just going all in with any 2 cards on the first hand.
Should have just folded.
Or just
fold free. So before I get into this hand, I just want to say the person that I'm playing against, it's pretty important that I mention this. He bought in for $10,000 in a 1-2 game. We all had like 200, 300 chips. So I mean, effective stacks were 300, but actually at this point I'm up to $600. We chipped up a little bit, and he comes and sits down. He's to my right, thankfully, so I'm to his left, and he opens it up in middle position to $10. I look down at Jack Queen with $600 in my stack. I make the call. The cutoff calls as well. So the flop 3 ways comes 3, 7 Queen rainbow. It's 1 diamond. He checks. So, he bets $20, and I make a pretty standard call right here, and then the cutoff folds. So the turn is really good. It's a jack of diamonds, so it's the queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds. We have a 7 and a 3, so 3, 7, queen, jack. He checks now. Probably think he's pretty weak. I just put a small bet of $25, and he re-raises me to 75. So now with 2 pair. Think about like re-raising, right? Because like I have a lot of money left. I've only put about like $50 in, so I've got like $550 left.
You just lose the sets, right?
Yeah, so I lose the sets only. So think about raising there. I got top 2 pair, but I'm like, okay, I guess I'll keep his bluffs in there if I just make the call here. But now we don't want to see a diamond on the river. It's all I'm thinking in my head after I make the call to 75 and the river comes a 5 of diamonds. Okay. So it was a runner diamond, but now the board is 3, 7, queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. And he goes all in for $430 into a pot of 200. So, I mean, like ridiculous, huge bet, like 2.5 pot, like not normal at all. And I was telling myself, okay, just get ready to snap call when he puts in a bet on the river, but this is no normal bet. Tricky spot. I think he's probably going to have a lot of his turn bluffs be like nut flush draws, right? That like check and then like, oh, I want to bluff now. I have a flush draw. I don't want to just call with my flush draw. So I hated it, but because he had $10,000 and seemed very apt to bluff, and he knew next gen. And when they know next gen, they like to put money in the middle, put us to the test, make us hate our own very lives. And I make the call, and we are good. He's got the king of diamonds and the 10 of spades for bluffed open-ended straight draw.
Nice call.
Huge double up. And you guys will see in that vlog, I actually had $100 from one of our girlfriends, Ella's money in the games. All right, Ella, what are we doing today?
Okay, so basically what we're doing is I am giving Mr. Frankie $100 to gamble.
Okay.
He's taking 20% of the profits, but I am taking 80 because I am financing his gambling addiction.
This is a lot of pressure. Look at all that money.
So, Mr. Frankie, we'll go face up because face up's good.
Perfect. All right. She trusts me too much, guys. She paid me $100 to play poker with, so that money was on the line when I made this call. Ella, that call got you your $100 of profit. So actually, for my first time ever, had a girl stake me for a game. Didn't really need it. Didn't really need the staking. I mean, she gave me $100 and I brought well over that. But I wanted her to,
$200.
I wanted her luck, though. Like, I really did want her luck, and it came. Because if I don't have two pair there, I mean, I got king, queen. I'm folding. Easy, right? Easy fold. One pair, river comes to flush, and he overpots it. With one pair, I fold. But
yeah, it's tough. I bet he's overpotting it with flushes too, though. Just because from what you told me previously, he'd like to put people to the test. Like he was double potting it a lot on the river, putting people to tough decisions, right?
Yeah, he just liked putting in the scary 10 black chips. So I mean, he's just got mounds of black chips, mounds of green chips, and he just would put in a stack of black chips and just completely just flex on you. Even though it was 300 effective or 400 effective.
Yeah, it's hard to ever let that hand go. I mean, top two pair right there, especially against a guy who is crazy and doesn't care about $500 because he's got 10K in front of him.
Yeah, that definitely
absolutely. And guys, as we kind of wrap up this fall break discussion here and head into our Q&A segment next, I have a surprise for both of you.
No way.
I didn't tell either of you this before we started this podcast, but for those who don't know, I typically like to go all out for hype intro montages for some of our big videos.
Dude.
Like the fall break video. I mentioned in our most recent vlog that if it got 1,000 likes, I drop the intro before the vlog comes out. I figure, what a good place to do it, but right here on this podcast.
Dude.
So, what do you guys think about that? Is that okay?
I've been begging him to send me this for so long.
So, I'm texting it to y'all right now.
All right.
This is hype.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I bother Rosey on a daily basis asking to see the intro.
It better be heinous.
Because we have just the Rosey best content we've ever had, right?
This is crazy.
The best content.
Okay, guys, watch the video and then we'll talk about it. Did you get the text?
Jack, ready? 3, 2.
Oh shoot! 1,
3, 2, 1, go. Ooh.
Hey.
There it is.
The sunglasses.
The memories. You should have bought those sunglasses.
Yeah.
Resorts World was fun, dude.
Oh, that was sick.
Ooh. Switch up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That was sick. That was so sick.
Let's go.
So I'm glad you boys liked it. A little work in progress. I got a couple more clips to throw in there, but that's what it's about.
My gosh. I literally, every day I wake up and I'm like, don't want to do work. I'm like, okay, I just need to watch Rosey's hype up video to get me going for the day. It's like everyone else's motivational video. I'm like, okay, go rewatch our Vegas intro. Get me hyped up for the day. Let's do it. Let's go, dude.
Yeah. The Vegas vlog will be out soon, guys. Check it out when you get a chance.
Oh
my
gosh, let's do it.
We'll go into a nice little Q&A for our last 10 minutes here, last 5 minutes or so. It's our first inaugural podcast, so having you guys be a part of it just as much as me, Frankie, and Jack, I think is pretty important. So without further ado, gentlemen, I'm going to fire some questions off at y'all. First one I'm going to give to our boy Graham. Graham is actually Frankie's little in our fraternity, and he asks, what is each of our best and worst sessions? So if you guys just want to go quick, your profit, where it was, how much you lost, where it was, and we can kind of go from there.
Start us off, Jello.
All right, word. So a few nights ago, we played on TCH live stream, and I was about to book my biggest loss by almost double. So my current biggest loss was about $1,000, and I was down 1,500 at one point, and in the middle of another huge pot. I'm not going to tell you guys which way it went, but that was one of my biggest losses. You'll have to watch that vlog. It's coming out soon, but it'll probably already be posted by the time we post this video. My biggest win, though, was at TCH Houston. We played in a tournament, a $360 tournament. I banked second place and cashed for $2,500. It was awesome.
Absurd. And going off of that, I'll go next. My biggest win was actually a tournament as well. It was an America's Card Room tournament online. I bought in. Did I not tell you guys about this?
No, I remember this.
So I bought in for $50. It was a $50 buy-in.
Damn.
10,000 entrants, and we managed to cash in 82nd place out of 10 grand for a cash of $850. That is my biggest win ever. It's also a tournament like Jack's. My biggest loss is of the same number. I'm actually, if you look at my chart, it's very. I don't win that much. I don't lose that much.
That's why I'm laughing.
My biggest loss, thankfully, has not hit the quadruple digits yet. It's around 800 as well. Hopefully, we can keep it that way. Frank the Bank.
Rosey literally will be in like the most degen live stream game like we just uploaded that you guys saw, and he'll have like a winning of $30 or losing a minus 30. And everyone else.
I lost $6 on the night.
So for me, my best session was in the Miami video, which probably is one of my favorite videos we ever posted. I bought in for $200 and I cashed for $1,500, so $1,300 of profit. My biggest loss was $1,300 loss when I went to play TCH, my first ever TCH live stream in Austin, a 2-5 game with Rampage before he hit 100,000 subscribers. Congrats to Ethan.
Congratulations.
So very similar. Actually, Rosey, you were biggest 800 and I was biggest 1,300, biggest loss 1,300.
Yes, and that actually flows into our final question that I'm going to fire off as we get into our last couple minutes. And it's going to be a little bit of a cliffhanger question, and I'll explain why. So this is a question probably we get asked a lot, like maybe our most asked question ever. This time it was from Dylan Rod and Boy Born are the two people on Instagram that asked us this. Essentially, the question is, what are our net profits in poker? People want to know, can 3 college kids do it? Are we really that good? People don't think we're very good.
We've never told them.
And we've never told them. So rather than answer it right now in the last couple minutes, I'm going to issue a challenge if you guys are okay with it. If this inaugural podcast, starting from scratch, building up, if this gets 100 likes, we will break down our earnings session by session, Excel spreadsheets, the whole thing in episode 2. What do you guys think?
They got to smash.
That's fair.
Yeah, they got to smash 100 likes.
You want to set it at higher?
100 likes might be too easy.
That's too easy for our boys. I know 100 people that would just 100% like that right now.
All right, give me some. Give me a number, boys.
Like 500.
Yeah, I was thinking 500. I mean, it's
500.
high. It's high, but
guys,
my chart is kind of embarrassing, and I don't want to show it unless something.
Exactly.
We
I
want
want 500 people say that they really want to see how much I've won or lost playing poker, and it's a very personal thing, really.
It is, absolutely.
I want to see less. I want more people to like it so I can share more personal information. How about that?
No, that's true. Like, we're putting ourselves out there, like not a lot of people say how much they make, in poker and even in normal life. So, but we're willing to do it for you guys. 500. If we hit 500, boys, that would be awesome. This is podcast number 1, but I'm up for the challenge.
This is going to be the best podcast
looking like a
in the
Six
world.
Flags roller coaster, so I don't really.
Your chart. Maybe we'll start with your chart, Jack. That'll be like the thumbnail. Will be your chart.
Yeah, it'll just edit like a roller coaster onto it, like a guy going up and down on it, and yeah, that'll look pretty sweet. He's like swimming when he goes underwater. He'll be underwater for a long time. Trust me, a long time.
Jack will hire a graphic designer to animate his chart.
Mine's not round. My chart's not rounded. It just spikes. Like I just go 1,000 minus 1,000, 1,000 minus 1,000. Like it just literally just like it's the most like. We're complete opposite. I always have a big result, either big loss or big win. Not always, but compared to
guys, don't give away too much. Don't give away too much. This is for episode 2. So with that, as we wrap it up, we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to our first podcast. This was actually pretty fun. I think we did well. I think just a casual chat with the boys. If you guys want to hear us talk about certain things, let us know. Thank you to Texas Card House for helping us put this on. We really appreciate it. And I guess we'll catch you boys and girls in the next one. Boys, any last thoughts?
Yeah, just make sure to share this to your friends. We absolutely love doing it. Every episode's only going to get better. And make sure to reach out to people you want to get on our podcast and tell them, guys, Next Gen has this great podcast. I want to see you guys on it. Help us out.
No gamble, no future, too.
No gamble, no future. We'll end it at that. Cheers, guys.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Peace.